Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are Mothkind, a new YouTube channel coming about. It's me and my girlfriend. We are mostly going to be starting off as a gaming channel between us two, kind of changing on and off who's playing. But, you know, eventually in the future, we may end up changing what we, or well, not changing, but, you know, branching out and doing other things. You know, my girlfriend here, Norah, she's very good at art, while I mostly just play video games, so that's kind of all I do.
Might be a Pictionary.
What?
We might do a Pictionary thing.
We could.
Artists are actually terrible at Pictionary.
At
least I think so.
Nora's actually going to be the one playing this time. I've played through Hat in Time twice through all the way, and 100% of this game. I'm a very big fan of this, but she's never played. Well, actually, we did do one recording of this, but the audio was already screwed up when he started, so.
Yeah, we used the wrong mic, and then, are the things separate now?
Yes,
Okay.
So before we didn't have two separate audio tracks, and this is my first time really messing with audio, and it wasn't using my good mic, it was using my desktop, or well, my camera.
We got a good, arm mic from Amazon for
a
cheap price.
Yeah, it was like $50 for the entire thing for an XLR converter.
Shout out to Amazon.
I was surprised. It's like a whole kit, like the mic and everything. So yeah, you already get the gist of the game this time.
Yeah. You won't watch me
fail terribly.
Well, I will fail terribly. I will continue to do that. I'm not even gonna lie about that, but I have a better idea.
Yeah,
of
what
how
to do.
Everything works.
You know?
Of how you can sit in chairs for and basically wig out.
Get out of the chair.
The wallpaper's moving, man.
Get out of the chair.
Okay. A closet.
So there's a lot. I don't get the the thing. One of the things I never really.
Oh, I can pick this up.
Yeah, you can just play with it. You can't really do anything.
Oh, he looks cool.
Oh, it's got a later character face on it.
Oh, that guy that you like.
Yeah, you'll meet him later.
Mr. Teddy. He has a little hat.
Yeah. The one thing I question is, why is this little girl on a spaceship alone?
I was just about to say that when it was the opening scene with her waking up is, you know, where are her parents? What is going on here? Why is she seems to have a lot of responsibilities.
It's also she's obviously nowhere near her home.
Yeah. Maybe I'm getting orphan vibes.
I don't know, because they never talk about her parents. They never even bring it up, so I imagine it's not a problem if they never bring it up. There actually may be a picture book that explains it later. You actually get an achievement for that, but I've already gotten it.
DJ Roomba.
Its name is Roomby.
Oh, he has the little kawaii face. Stop it!
Oh, you're straining him.
Well, yeah. Can I go up here?
No. I know, you should probably go to where it told you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that eventually unlocks.
I want to watch cartoons. Seems important. But the chair, though. Fit.
See how far away from home she is.
Well, where's she headed to?
She's going home.
Oh, okay.
She's returning home.
Well, I mean, she's halfway there from where she was.
I mean, even if it's just a day, it's what was she... I'm mostly interested in her adventure before this.
It would be... Yeah, no, it would be interesting if they did, a separate game that was a backstory, where it was oh, I stole my parents' ship to go do something, and now I'm trying to make my way home. This is the most ominous thing ever. If you're out in space.
And something's not. That's a horror movie thing.
This is. I find this very ominous.
And then you see it looks like an older Mario, old
a
Mario.
Kind of cracked out Mario.
So you think it's ominous, and you see this guy with a Kiss the Cook apron on it.
That makes it even scarier.
What's going on?
And then he's yes, the Mafia, and you're no.
The space Russian mafia.
I love how he's just kind of floating
He's
now.
T-posing out there.
Yeah, basically. Just
He's
in
asserting his dominance.
the character stance and floating away.
And you know, you live out in space.
Why does... Oh, I guess the air pressure is like, that's what opens it.
It's just a video game. Why does it
I
have
know,
it?
but I'm just wondering why.
I mean,
that
Hat Kid's alive in
immediately
space right now, so like,
True.
that should be the biggest question: is how is her face not exploding?
Yeah, how was that guy out
Yeah,
in space?
how did he get to your ship?
That's what makes it even more disturbing.
Like,
It's
how
like,
does he get
how
there?
are you not dead?
Does he use like a really big slingshot or something?
Even so, he would shrivel up.
Wow.
Gloss over or freeze. I don't know exactly what happens, but I remember from Guardians of the Galaxy, it like freezes
It's something.
over.
I think they said your eyes would like explode.
Yeah.
Like your body,
Because
like
of the pressure, there's not. You don't have the outer pressure keeping all your.
it's like, yeah, it's like a vacuum.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual science on this, so don't quote me. But like, I'm pretty sure it has to do with like the vacuum and the pressure on your body, and it literally just ends up as you exploding.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Because I mean, if you think about, you know, the pressure, you know, in our atmosphere, and if you don't have that, then the pressure from inside you, I guess, would just explode.
Yeah.
Explode. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an art
Yeah,
major.
I don't know what
I'm an
talking-
art major. This mother fudger. Oh my god, I'm so upset that I cannot kill him.
Yeah, you tried to kill him the first time, and I told you. I was like, nah. For some reason, they don't let you like attack him. They'll let you attack a lot of random people.
They're just trolling you at that point because they know. They're like, oh, they're gonna try to kill this character.
I don't think. Wait, no. You may be able to kill the guy that gives you the patty cakes and literally deaths a
really?
child.
Oh, whoop.
You don't have your weapon now, so you can't kill him.
Well, I know, but he's like this guy, right?
No, it's the guy up there to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll kill him when I get my thing.
I'll kill him. Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
be
yeah.
saying that online.
Um,
I'll murder this man. That could be taken out of context.
I do what I want. I feel like people have definitely said, like, I'm gonna murder this dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's not like we're playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, but there's something about this game though, when you're like, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Well, it's also, he's an NPC. He's not like another character.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there are. It's more like this children's game. Nobody talks about in Mario how Mario kills things,
Oh, yeah.
or like Kirby. Like Kirby straight up just like murders.
Inhale, like a black hole.
Yeah.
It's just kind of an accepted thing because people don't like to talk about it.
By the way, did you have any?
Why
It's
does
like
no-
it's like how we eat chicken and we don't want to think about, you know, actually killing this animal, but we just accept it.
I mean, yeah. That I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that.
That was something at camp that I had kind of an existential crisis, where, you know, it was like this very happy, friendly camp, you know, making lanyards and everything, and then they taught us how to fish, and so we'd catch a fish, and then they would wrap it in a towel, and then they would bang its head on, like, they would just very violently bang its head on, a nearby table. Yeah, no, to kill it, and, you would see, like, the blood seeping into the white towel, and I'm like, okay, this is the first thing I've come in contact with that makes me question death and existence.
What the? How old were you?
I was... Oh, jeez. I must have been around 10, I guess.
I can't remember. I remember the first time my instance was, and I realized it was a childish mistake, but like it was mostly like this bird was really injured to the point where like it was gonna end up just dying there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like I kind of had just like I had a choice, and it was like leave it to starve and die, or kind of just you know do the dirty work.
Yeah, no, that was... I had a similar thing that actually happened before the fish thing, but it was... I mean, I guess it could be counted as more disturbing, but it was, like, less violent.
Yeah, the fish thing is very violent, which is like a problem.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing this stuff, you really gotta like make sure it's quick and painless. But the fish
Yeah.
thing, you literally just bash it against the head like it's a hammer.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't do much.
Well, the thing with, so mine was a caterpillar, where it was caught in a spider's web, and, you know, me as a little kid, I was like, I want to save the caterpillar from the spider's web, but I picked it up, and it was basically just the husk
Oh.
of the caterpillar. Like, it had already been, the spider had already eaten all its insides.
Oh, God.
And so I had this moment, and this was like right before we went to church, and my church, being the hippy dippy church it is, let me like go up and speak about it that day. Where I was like, but I can't imagine what it must have been like for, you know, an adult to see this like little kid and their reflection on, you know, first encountering death, where you're like, and because I remember specifically saying like, and I just realized at that moment that no matter how hard I wanted to save it, there was no way I could save it because it was already gone.
That's great. Like, I mean, yeah. Well, this is also a very happy topic for you. First off, your first thing in this game.
Yeah.
Where you just watched a little girl beat up a grown Russian jacked man with an umbrella. And this is what we're just talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing where I said in the playthrough before.
Yeah, when our first recording.
Yeah, our first recording was that, you know, little kids, crows attack you in this game, and you see this little kid, like, your job is to beat it up with an umbrella. So I wondered if in real life some kid got inspired and, you know, they just went around like town square beating up birds with an umbrella. It's like one of those things where I wonder how much kids are influenced by things, like, because with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, there's that whole message about like, you can wear the mask and stuff, and I'm like, are kids gonna start like jumping off of buildings
I
thinking
don't
that
think
they're gonna
so.
like?
Because when I was a kid, if I watched like Ben 10, right? When I was a kid and was watching that show, it wasn't so much as me being like, I'm gonna pretend and try to save the day. I just wanted to turn into cool aliens. Like, I wasn't like, I want to catch the bad guy. I just sat in my yard pretending I could turn into cool aliens, and then the neighbors would look out and be like, what the fuck is that kid doing? As I'm just running around the yard with like a stick or something. Oh, your greatest enemy, this awning.
Oh my, I hate this awning. But no, it was a thing where it's like, I feel like aliens are a little bit more, you know,
I mean, like,
they're a little bit more, non-believable, I guess. Like, they're out there, and so you don't really think, like, because I guess, you know, Spider-Man isn't a real thing, so you've never seen Spider-Man, but it's just like, I feel like Spider-Man is more of a thing, especially because it, you know, comes from...
Push you straight into that.
It comes from, you know, this kind of, oh, it's the baby that kills me. The kind of real world situation of like, oh, here's a kid that's like everybody else, and then he talks about how because it has that meta thing where Spider-Man is a comic in the thing.
Well, yeah, I guess
And,
you gotta think about what kids would focus on.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, as a kid, I didn't really get the message of Spider-Man, or like these kid shows, especially with like SpongeBob, where I look back at it now, I'm like, there's these like messages in adult-esque things I never noticed. I just laughed at the annoying sponge and the dumb starfish. Like, that's what I found was funny. But like as a kid, I never focused on the message or like what I could be. I focused on like the cool colors and the cool when Spider-Man, it wasn't so much about like that he could beat up bad guys. It was just like, oh man, that would be awesome to be Spider-Man. Not the message.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I just think it's, I mean, yeah, maybe it's because I'm grown up.
Yeah.
But it's just, I feel like it was a more, like, usually, this guy, boop. Usually...
Just killed a man. You just murdered a guy for no reason.
Kicked a can.
It was probably just thinking about his life and thinking about what he's done wrong.
I put him out of his misery.
What if he was happy? What if he was just like, man, my wife and kids, I sure do miss them, and you send him hurtling off of like a building at 60 miles per hour.
I'm so spooky. But, yeah, no, the only thing is, like, I feel like some kids' shows are so... Is that guy dead? Oh, no, he's just sleeping. They're, like, so ambiguous. They're not as ambiguous, where they're, like, they hit you on the head with, like, oh, this is the message.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of for kids to get. But I feel like a lot of it is not. Like I mean, even so, even if I watch. I mean, there's Spider-Man where in the past there was like great like power comes great responsibility. I never cared about that message. Like I knew what the message was, but it was like what I took in as a kid was cool Spider-Man.
Yeah, maybe I just think that kids are too dumb. I'm just like, oh, they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, I can be Spider-Man because he said that anybody could be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump off a building. Because another line is like, you won't know. It's just a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I think you give kids less like props than what you should. Oh god.
Yeah.
Here's
I mean,
the scene
just
where the guy's
at least
wigging out.
at least I know, like, when I was a kid, I took things really literally. I feel like kids take things more literally because they don't know about metaphors. And so I just assumed that they wouldn't get it as a metaphor and they'd be like, oh, literally, you know, it's a leap of faith and I can be Spider-Man, you know?
I mean, that's definitely possible. There's some adults that could take it literal. Like, I've met some dumb people in my life that I could see taking that as a literal, like, thing. But, I mean, it's more something you've probably, like, yeah, I think kids are definitely smarter than you give them credit for. Like, it's like, smarter and dumber. Like, as a kid, I just didn't care. I cared about the cool parts of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I care that he could swing around and like beat up the bad guys.
Yeah.
And same with like any shows I used to watch. Like I mean, when I was like I played Halo and Call of Duty as a kid, but like you didn't see me going around like being like I could shoot people. I was just like, I get it.
Well, I guess that's the argument with like they're like, oh, video games make you violent. But I think also just like people don't accept that, you know, not all video games are violent. Like you have Minecraft where you just build
it's
stuff.
also just kids are honestly some kids are kind of naturally violent, especially little like guys. A lot of times like I've met a lot of little like boys and I was one of them. It's just like a little violent. I mean, and I had nothing to do with games. And it's also like it's a different violence of I'm gonna go around shooting people instead of like I'm just gonna punch you. Like I was an aggressive little guy, and I know.
Well, I feel like little boys, especially, like I feel like it's more of a testosterone thing. Like before you know how to regulate it, it's just like, oh, I have all this. I had anger issues when I was a kid. My mom's bought me a book called
God.
When Sophie Gets Angry, Very, Very Angry, and it was basically teaching you how to manage your anger. Or is that chair?
No, ignore me. I'm going to grab a drink.
Oh, okay. There's Gatorade in the fridge.
Yeah.